I'm leaving my house in 4 hours for the biggest trip of my life, and I haven't finished packing yet. I don't have a problem with procrastination. That's ridiculous. I'm pretty sure this is not the correct way to pack a drone, but I don't have a case for it, so this is what we're doing. I've honestly been waiting for this trip most of my life. What happened here? And there's always been excuses not to do it. I didn't have any money, and then I started to save money, then I got married, then I had to start investing, then I had to leave my job, and then we got a house, and now we have a baby. There's always been excuses not to do what I've always wanted to do. But a couple months ago, we finally decided to do one of the scariest things I've ever done, but also one of the most exciting, and that is to pack up our lives and travel across Europe for the next month. I actually have to put this camera in my bag, so this isn't really gonna work. Hi! Your hair looks crazy. You ready to go? Yeah? Let's go. As I said goodbye to my dad and we got ready to get on the plane, I noticed that I was having the same fears and doubts that I thought I had escaped. Things like, what if Laura hates being away and is miserable the whole time? What if we hate being away and this is just a big waste of money? The same negative self-talk that I thought I had escaped was still with me. Most of my life, I've struggled with depression, having a lot of negative self-talk, and then just doubt in my abilities to do anything. And that's led to me always coming up with excuses why I can't do something, whether that was actually being successful on YouTube, making anything out of my life, being happy, traveling. I always came up with excuses why that was for somebody else, but it wasn't something that I could actually do. There are two kinds of conversations we engage in every day. Conversations with others and conversations with ourselves. You might be thinking, I don't have conversations with myself, but the average person has about 50 to 80,000 thoughts per day, and most of those are with yourself. For instance, right now I'm wondering how good instant coffee is and will I die? I'm not afraid to say it. That's disgusting. No, like really, it didn't even taste like coffee. But anyways, today when we were driving to Stirling Castle, we got lost. And I mean, really lost. It was frustrating. Roads were closed, GPS didn't work, it's a whole 9 yards. And I noticed that even today, while I'm trying to be really conscious of this, my brain is just firing, trying to blame everything in sight and turn this into a negative thing, blaming the construction workers, blaming myself for picking today, blaming the phone company for me using up my own data. But since I've been so conscious of this self-talk that goes inside of my head, I was actually able to really focus on taking control and turning that negative thing into something that was actually positive through like conscious self-talk, which I know like sounds weird, but it made my day so much more enjoyable. It went from this negative thing that could have ruined the day, turning it into an opportunity that we got to explore the city while we were lost for like 45 minutes. But in order for it to be that, I actually had to like almost convince myself of it. And I've also been trying to work on future talk, and I don't mean sing ha dee la blee. I assume that's what they talk like in the future, but there's really no way of knowing. I don't actually mean it like that. The type of self-talk that involves putting yourself into the future, like why nobody actually reaches their New Year's resolutions is they say, I'm going to get in shape. I'm going to start a business. I'm going to ask that person out. I'm going to do whatever. But life really is what you're willing to put up with. And it's easy to say you're gonna do something or you're not gonna do something in the future. What is much harder, but also much, much, much more powerful is saying, I am doing this right now. I am thinking this way right now. I am content right now. I am happy right now. I'm going to ask that person out right now. I'm going to the gym right now, because the only thing that we can control is right now. And it's been really interesting for me just to see the language that I use to describe my circumstances determines like how I actually see and experience them and participate in them, and really determines the actions that I take and how I deal with those problems, whether they're big or small. For me, it's just like almost comforting to know that I am 100% responsible for my own life, for my own actions. Yes, there's stuff that happens to you that you can't control. If you have a disability, somebody does something to you, you get hit by a bus, it's not in your control. What you can control is how you take action off that, your mindset off of that. If you're at a job that you hate, you have the option to leave it. If you're in a relationship that's horrible, you have the option to leave it. If you're out of shape and you want to be in shape, you have the option of eating right and going to the gym. It might be harder for you because of medical reasons or easier for you because of genetic, but the action and the mindset is still 100% in your control. And that's been really encouraging for me. And you know what? I'm learning to accept myself. And that things won't be perfect, but that doesn't mean I can't enjoy them. It really just depends on how you frame it. We may get lost, but we'll get to enjoy the city. We may not get good drone footage. I really gotta work on this. I may try this more personal style vlog and nobody watches, but that's okay. What I can control is my mindset and not letting my brain stop me from doing things that I actually want to do. So stop waiting for life to happen. If you have this idea, a desire in your mind to do something and your stupid brain is coming in with a million reasons why you can't do it, why you're not good enough, why you shouldn't do it, don't listen to it. It wants you to stay safe, to stay in your little box where things are easy, but life really begins at the edge of your comfort zone. You can guarantee having an average day at home, or you can take a chance that if you go out, you take that risk, you could have an amazing day that you remember for the rest of your life.